All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, the world of work has radically changed. Long gone are the days where fathers were the sole financial providers who would leave mothers to care for a newborn. In addition, many dads want to play a far more active role in the very early bonding period and rearing of their little ones. However, the Basic Conditions of Employment Act of South Africa only allowed 3 days for paternity leave. Mbuyiselo Botha Sonke from the Commission for Gender Equality joins us now to talk about this. Good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Leanne.
We're not going to talk boxing. I know you want to. I know you want to, but today we're not going to talk boxing.
We'll talk on Monday.
We'll talk about that on Monday.
Yes.
So listen to me, 3 days family responsibility leave. It's not even called paternity leave.
No.
That's what our constitution allows. Do you think that's enough for fathers?
We don't think it's enough, and then for reasons that we really think that you would need at least we are calling for 10 days.
Yeah.
Because you see, Leanne, our thinking is that and I like your introduction, the bonding part of it means therefore the emotional bonding. Look, 3 days, what do you do with it? And we know that we always complain as South Africans, and rightly so, that fathers are not involved, fathers are irresponsible, and we think that paternity leave, Leon, would give us that opportunity. So it's important for us, and South Africa, all of us, to in fact support Sonke's move to ensure that we say to our parliamentarians, lawmakers, can we review, rethink, and reflect on how do we make fathers, because our view, how do we make fathers to take real active action so that we don't just complain and vilify fathers, condemn fathers.
Absolutely, for not being there. I mean, look at this graphic that's on the screen right now. You can see behind you. Have a look there on the big screen, because it's, I mean, when you look in comparison to other countries, let's just take Sweden, for example. 60 days paternity leave. In the UK, 12 months for parents sharing that amount of leave. Okay, maybe it's a bit excessive, 60 days for a father. I mean, I don't know. You can tell me.
It's not excessive because...
But two weeks, I think...
10 days,
10 days, that helps a mother so much. I mean, I remember when I was on maternity leave and when my husband had to go back to work, I just felt like I was drowning, just because you need another hand, just to help you.
But even emotionally,
very important.
Very important. So it's not only about the physique, but also, Leon, we want to change the mindset, the thinking, that it is only mothers. I mean, mothers, we know they carry a disproportionate burden on care work. Now, the work that we do with men care, with parenting, fatherhood, Leon, it says that it's important for us to get fathers involved, not only at emotional, at financial level, but to say that have a practical involvement and it's going to assist the mothers there. That's why we're also saying mothers, maternity leave, it's about 4 months. We're saying also increase it to 6 months so that there is enough rest, but fathers then we get involved.
I tell you, it's really difficult, and especially when you work, and a lot of us here at the SABC are working on a contractual basis. So, you're considered a freelancer. So if you don't come to work, you don't get paid. So you see a lot of the women and the mothers coming back to work way before 3 months because they desperately need the money. And that's just the way it works.
Imagine what that do to
children. It's very bad for the child. I mean, you're leaving your child. I've seen some mothers coming back after 2-3 weeks to work.
And we don't think it's enough.
It's very difficult. I mean, I think, have you had complaints? I mean, if we look at this, are there cases existing to try and change this law?
Oh, yes. As we speak now, there's a gentleman in the Cape Town area who approached. I remember the story. That's when we are saying we'll work with him and other interested fathers, because we must, you see, our view, Leanne, is that we as society, as South Africans and the whole world, we must move away from just making fathers to be just ATMs. It's not enough. And we think that there are people out there, fathers who really want to take responsibility, who really want to say, I just don't want to pay those that are able to pay, but who say that it's important for me to be, from a very beginning, at an early age, to be in his or her life so that this bond, increases. And we don't keep on, complaining, condemning, vilifying fathers and say, they are useless for nothing. Give them an opportunity to say that let our laws reflect on what we want to be as a country, as a nation.
Do you think that our laws are just outdated? and they just need to be re-looked at and revised because times have changed. They have changed dramatically since this law was instituted.
Absolutely. Look at, the figures you've shown, other countries. And it's not only in Europe. You saw in Africa, you saw what Kenya, does, Cameroon does. We're left behind. And it's important for us, all of South Africans, to say that I think fathers would want to be part and parcel of their children's lives.
Yeah. Can this law, however, sorry, I am going to wrap now because they're asking me to wrap, but let's look at the downside of instituting a law like this. Can it be taken advantage of, though? Who would it apply to? Would the couple have to be married? You'll find that perhaps there is, it was out of wedlock, it was a one-night stand, and he claims that it's his child and he needs to take these 10 days leave to get, where do you draw the line? How do you sort of institute that this is actually fair and that the father is going to be home and helping and not necessarily just taking advantage of the labor system?
Yeah. We think, Leanne, that should be negotiated. Our view is that it should not be something that is really cast in stone, because you are saying that, and do not put barriers. You're saying that for as long as this man says that I want to be part of that child's life, it's important for us to in fact say that, give that father an opportunity to be in his child's life.
Yeah.
So the thinking that it's going to be abused, misused, we know all of those, but and there's not evidence scientific that has proven that. Well, there may be cases that are very few, but we're saying, Leanne, let's give it a try as South Africans and see if it's going to work. Our view is that it's going to work and it's going to change a lot of fathers thinking as to what does it mean to rear a child. But we're also going to be sending a different message to that boy child, that there's much more to you to be a father than just the physique.
You need that example in your life. You really do, as a child growing up, to have a father figure. Mbuyiselo Botha, it's been lovely talking to you. Thank you so much. Mbuyiselo is from the Sonke Gender Justice Network, talking to us about paternity leave here in South Africa and the fact that it needs to be adjusted.